In today's show, venture capitalist predicts Bitcoin boom to $150,000 and also says Ethereum and 4 altcoins will outperform Bitcoin. That's correct. Venture capitalist Simon Dedic says he expects the crypto market to launch another bull market, but warns that the rising tide will not lift all boats. The founder of digital asset intelligence firm Blockfyre predicts that Bitcoin will soar nearly 1,500% to 150,000 in a new bull cycle. And taking a look at his tweet with his bullish predictions, in 2017, you could have bought literally any alt and it was a good investment. That's a fact. In my opinion, this won't happen again. However, I still believe that the bull run will return, pumping a few solid alts out there. Here's my predictions. Bitcoin, $150,000. Ethereum, $9,000. Chainlink, $200. BNB, $500. VET, $1. And Tezos, $200. We'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. I love bullish predictions. I'm sure you do too, hence why you're tuned in. Also, in today's episode, billionaire entrepreneur and crypto critic Mark Cuban admits Bitcoin is a store of value. About time, right? In a new conversation with Bitcoin maximalist Preston Pysh, billionaire entrepreneur Mark Cuban issues a rare compliment to Bitcoin, but he maintains that Bitcoin has zero chance of becoming a global reserve currency and challenging the US dollar. Taking a look at his tweet on crypto Twitter, in response to Preston Pysh, Mark Cuban wrote, "It can be a store of value, but the conversation started with the challenges of the current Federal Reserve System. He isn't wrong about the system, but he is wrong about the fungibility of Bitcoin and its ability to impact society as a replacement for the current system." We'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. Also, in today's episode, forget 10K, Bitcoin 12K breakout will catch everyone off guard. In today's episode, we'll be doing some technical analysis. I'll be sharing some monthly Fibonacci targets. We'll be doing the Bitcoin order book. We'll also be taking a look at the weekly ascending channel, the 4-hour chart for the Bitcoin price. We'll be doing a bullish scenario as well as a bearish scenario. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As we can see, all the major cryptos are back in the red. Where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in learning from the Wall Street legend Teeka Tiwari, who picked Apple back in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016 as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over the next 7 years, but it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, click the link below this video in the description and watch this exclusive presentation by Teeka Tiwari. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's kick it off with today's top story of the day. Venture capitalist Simon Dedic says he believes that Bitcoin will put together a face-melting rally in the next bull run. Are you ready for a face-melting rally? Let me know in the comments below. He sees 5 altcoins outshining Bitcoin. In a recent tweet, Dedic says he expects the crypto market to launch another bull market, but warns that a rising tide will not lift all boats this time around. The founder of digital asset intelligence firm Blockfyre predicts that Bitcoin will soar nearly 1,500% to $150,000 in a new bull cycle. But unlike the peak of 2017's crypto bull market, when many altcoins generated gains of over 1,000%, how many of you remember these epic times? Taking me back right here. It feels like just yesterday, and to imagine this was 3 years ago. The Blockfyre executive believes only a handful of altcoins will print potentially life-changing gains. Let's discuss it. At the top of Dedic's altcoin list is Ethereum. Ethereum, he expects the second largest crypto to skyrocket to $9,000 for an increase of 3,650% from its current price of $240. Let me know if you're bullish on Ethereum. It's currently the second largest cryptocurrency in the world. Tether is currently challenging that, really close right behind it, but it will be very interesting to see if this plays out. I remember Ethereum reaching an all-time high at roughly $1,500. This was back in January of 2018. So for Ether to climb 3,650%, we're looking at a $9,000 Ethereum price. Ultimately, it's like Ethereum becomes where Bitcoin is at right now. Dedic sees Chainlink. I'm also extremely bullish on Link. Tikatwari refers to this coin as the missing link of the blockchain, which is currently trading at $4.34 at this time, to surge over 4,500% to $200. Holy moly. He also believes that Binance coin, BNB, will soar to $500 and post gains of more than 2,700% from its current value of $17.64. Next is VeChain, VET, which he predicts will rise almost 15,000% from its current price of 0.006 all the way up to $1. And let's take a look at his tweet. In 2017, you could have bought literally any alt and it was a good investment. In my opinion, this won't happen again. However, I still believe that the bull run will return, pumping the few solid altcoins out there. Here's his predictions once again. BTC, 150K, Ethereum, 9K, Link, $200, BNB, $500, VeChain, $1, and Tezos, $200. And let's actually continue here. So wrapping up the venture capitalist list is Tezos. Dedic says he believes XTZ, which is currently valued at $2.91, will generate gains of more than 6,700% as it climbs to $200. The altcoin market is especially risky, with many coins remaining down more than 90% from their all-time highs in the last parabolic crypto rally, which ended in December of 2017. Let me know in the comments right down below which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on for 2020 and beyond. And now, before we get to our next story of the day, billionaire entrepreneur and crypto critic Mark Cuban admits Bitcoin is a store of value. Let's take a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin maintaining above that $9,500 critical support, which is a good sign, but I'd love to see Bitcoin retest 10,000 and then retest 10.5. I feel once we can blow past 10.5, we can climb on up to 11K, 12K, 13K, and even 14K, where in my opinion is the realistic value of the Bitcoin price at this moment, as that's the current price it cost a miner to mine a single Bitcoin, roughly $14,000. As you can see, Ethereum down 1.5%, trading at $238. We have XRP down 0.8%, trading at 20 cents. Miss Litecoin down 1.8%, trading at $46 even. We have Link down 1.4%, trading at $4.29. And looking at these predictions once again, we're talking about Link going from $4 to $200. That excites me. We're talking about Ethereum going from where it's currently at of $238 all the way to $9,000. I personally love these bullish price predictions, but I want to know which altcoins you're most bullish on for 2020. Now let's take a look at the top exchanges. We can see Binance down 16% with just under 3 billion in volume. Huobi Global down 9.5% with 2.7 billion in volume. OKEX down 12% with 1.8 billion in volume, and BitMEX down 8% with 1.2 billion in volume. All right, now for our next story of the day. One of Bitcoin's biggest mainstream critics says that Bitcoin can be a store of value after all. In a new convo with Bitcoin maximalist Preston Pysh, billionaire entrepreneur Mark Cuban issues a rare compliment to Bitcoin, but he maintains that Bitcoin has zero chance of becoming a global reserve currency and challenging the US dollar. And taking a look at this tweet storm, Preston Pysh kicked it off. I can't take the misuse of this terminology anymore. Inflation, deflation. Here's my point of view. Central banks are aggressively inflating the fiat monetary base since 2008. The US Federal Reserve has expanded their balance sheet from $0.8 trillion to $7.1 trillion. And he shows you you here the total assets of major central banks. And then he goes on to share that means they have inflated that fiat monetary based supply of currency by 21.9% annually over that 11-year period of time. And then he just goes on and on in this tweet storm. I'm not going to cover them all here, but I'm going to give you where Mark Cuban starts getting into this conversation here as we continue. All right, so here's Mark Cuban getting into the picture. You got a lot right, but until the Bitcoin part, under an all Bitcoin system, how does the inflation of Bitcoin from supply and demand impact those without assets and those trying to acquire Bitcoin? How will markets be made for goods and services? How fractionalized can Bitcoin become? And Plan B of the stock to flow model responded, under the current fiat system, 50% are without assets because they don't save. Bitcoin incentivizes more people to save because it offers better risk/return than any other asset. Acquiring Bitcoin through DCA enables anyone to earn asymmetric returns and reduce debt. Then moving on in the convo, Preston Pish wrote, Mark, I appreciate you taking the time to read the post. The great thing about a market is the price will decide who's right and wrong. When the Bitcoin price passes through the previous all-time high of 20,000 USD by the end of January 2021, which is 241 days from now, I'll answer your call. And Mark Cuban responded, a fundamental disagreement is that you think its price reflects its success in defeating all the issues you mentioned. I see the opposite. The more it is concentrated in fewer hands, the more likely to be hoarded and rarely made available at all, kind of like spice in Dune. Preston Pish responded, you fail to understand that when businesses start denominating their free cash flows into Bitcoin and using Bitcoin as their UOA, all of a sudden people like me with a bunch of Bitcoin want to buy that equity to capture a higher IRR while redistributing the coins into the economy. Then Mickey responded to both Mark Cuban and Preston Pish, writing, honestly, no one knows yet. Could you have predicted Uber at the outset of the internet? Maybe you could have, but that's not the norm. Why can't Bitcoin be a value layer over our world? Value flowing as easily as bits and bytes do now. It opens up the next level. And Mark Cuban responded, it can be a store of value, but the conversation started with the challenges of the current Federal Reserve System. He isn't wrong about the system, but he is wrong about the fungibility of Bitcoin and its ability to impact society as a replacement for the current system. Then Preston Pish responded, we'll see who's wrong, and we shall. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with Mark Cuban or disagree with the billionaire entrepreneur? I'd love to know your thoughts. Late last year, Cuban said that bananas are more useful to him than Bitcoin. Here's his quote, I'd rather have bananas. I can eat bananas. Crypto, not so much. Look, I can make a great argument for blockchain. There's a lot of applications and they'll be used, but you don't need public Bitcoin. Bitcoin, you can create blockchain on your own without using all the available cryptocurrencies. Now, I disagree with Mark Cuban. I feel that Bitcoin has all the potential in the world to overtake USD and especially gold as a safe haven asset hedging against the dwindling value of the US dollar. Now, also breaking news we've been talking about in the past week, Bitcoin's utility has been a recent topic of contention, with Goldman Sachs' recent report dismissing the leading crypto Bitcoin as a legitimate asset class. Meanwhile, we have hedge funds purchasing up more Bitcoin than is actually being mined right now. So is there institutional demand? You bet yourself there's more institutional demand right now than we've ever previously seen in the crypto market. And now for our next story of the day. Forget 10K. Bitcoin 12K breakout will catch everyone off guard. Bitcoin price yet again surged past 10K for just a few hours before experiencing a short, sharp 10% sell-off last week. Each time this happens, crypto Twitter brings out the fanfare rejoicing at the fact we've reached this psychological milestone. It's also becoming too predictable, and that is exactly why the eventual breakout will catch everyone off guard. So are there any signals that can help us determine when this might be? Well, let's take a look at the chart, shall we? Starting with the monthly Fibonacci targets. Starting out on the monthly view, not much has changed since last week. Bitcoin still hovering around 0.382, putting the next upside target at the 0.5 Fibonacci of $11,891. Each time Bitcoin surges to the 10K zone, we experience a sell-off around 10,500, which we must first overcome before this can become a reality. So as I pointed out, that critical 10,500 resistance, we must Hulk smash to continue marching forward. When you take a look at the historic monthly price action, we can see that last week was the third time that 10.5 was rejected. The question on my mind now is whether this will happen for the fourth time. And taking a look at the order book for Binance, we can see a large sell order as denoted by the yellow bars. Previously, these were layered between 9,800 and 10,500. However, there are no meaningful orders at 10,500 anymore. This could be an early indication that large sellers have a new target in mind, and as far as higher time frames are concerned, 11,800 and 13,900 are the next logical options based on previous monthly resistance and the Fibonacci levels. And now taking a look at the weekly ascending channel, moving down to the weekly, we can see that the price is currently trending in an ascending channel, which mirrors the 10.5 monthly resistance as the midpoint of the channel, as well as the 382 Fibonacci as the resistance of the channel. As we can see right here on the screen, we need to blow past that 11,900 resistance as the midpoint is 10.5 with a strong 9,000 support, with Bitcoin currently hovering above the $9,500 support, as we can see right here on your screen. To the downside, losing 9K would open up 7,600 as support based on the 236 Fibonacci drawn on the monthly, and to the upside, breaking 11,900 would open up the 618 target at 13,900, retesting last year's all-time highs, which have been a key resistance level on the monthly chart for quite some time. Bitcoin is yet to trend in the upper half of this relatively new channel though, and with support being tested last week, one would now want to see this weekly candle close above 10,500 before being particularly bullish. Until this happens, one needs to remain neutral. And now taking a look at the 4-hour chart for the Bitcoin price, moving down to the 4-hour chart, I'm looking at the 236 and the 100 Fibonacci retracement for support, which stands at 95.40 and 92.50 respectively. However, the candles have been printing higher lows and lower highs for the last 5 days, which generally signals a continuation of a trend. And right now, Bitcoin is technically still in an uptrend. And now for the bullish scenario. Lastly, on the hourly chart, we have a price trending downwards with the MACD trending upwards, which signals bullish divergence, meaning a break to the upside is to be expected. As such, the bullish scenario of extending towards the first key resistance of 10,500 looks likely in the short term. Finally, breaking out from this level would put 12K firmly within reach before experiencing heavy overhead resistance at 13,900. And now for the bearish scenario, the first sign of trouble for Bitcoin would be losing 92.50. From here, 9,000 would be the last safe level of support before cascading down to sub $8,000 levels, a scenario which I personally think is unlikely, and I agree with this analysis 100%. I think we're more likely to experience Bitcoin breaking to the upside versus the downside, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now taking a look at the overall crypto market cap, we're sitting at 272 billion with 67 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and the current Bitcoin dominance is at a stalemate, the same spot has been for the past 2 days, 64.7% according to CoinMarketCap. And now taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Loopring up a whopping 38%, trading at 9 cents. Divi up 15%, trading at 4 cents. Sensor up 13%, trading at 5.6 cents. Unibright up 9%, trading at 46 cents. Nano up 9%, trading at $1.09. And Maker up 9%, trading at $511. Are any of these coins in particular that you're bullish on? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now taking a look at the biggest losers, we have Theta, which has been on an up and down roller coaster ride to say the least, down 6.8%, trading at 25 cents. Wax down 6.6%, trading at 7 cents. Lisk down 5.8%, trading at $1.28. Lisk is a very interesting project I'm also very bullish on. I've been bullish on Lisk since 2017. Look at it as like a rival to Ethereum. ENJ is down 4.9%, trading at 19 cents. IOST down 4.5%, trading at 0.005, and Cosmos down 4%, trading at $3.01. And now taking a look at the BitMEX margins, we can see the bears are back in control, leading with about 34 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with shorts leading 51.5% versus 48.4% longs. Are you currently long or short on Bitcoin? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 54 neutral. Yesterday was a 54, last week a 51, and last month a 55 in greed. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for correction. And I want to encourage you to check out the description right below this video by clicking show more in the description right down below for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 440 plus videos right here on my channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, subscribe on YouTube to receive daily crypto news alerts. The direct link to subscribe is cryptonewsalerts.net. You can also follow us on all the major podcasting platforms, including Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio. So whichever podcasting platform you're active on, please do help support the show. It's greatly appreciated. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes, and I also have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy with over 17,000 strong from all over the world. To become a part of this, simply click this link, request to join, and I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, as I am, I do have a crypto Telegram chat. To become a part of this, simply click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon and turn on all notifications to receive daily crypto news alerts. And real quick before I go, if interested in learning from the Wall Street legend Teeka Tiwari, who picked Apple back in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016 as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. That's right. Right now there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over the next 7 years, but it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, smash the link below this video in the description. It will take you here to watch this exclusive presentation with the one and only Teeka Tiwari. Enjoy, and I look forward to catching you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.